Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever it is to wherever you're at. 91 Cab GT here. I want to talk to y'all today about a topic that was brought up last night. Pinball Preparedness has a YouTube channel. Really good channel. Puts out a lot of good information. And Tuesdays and Saturdays he has a live stream. And last night he had a live stream, and on there, one person was talking about fuel storage, and she was asking some questions. And unfortunately, there's so many people on that live stream that I really wasn't able to answer this lady's question. So I thought, well, imagine there's more people that have very similar questions, so I'll just make a video about it. So the question was about fuel storage. Gasoline storage in particular. How do you store it? What's the best way to store it? What happens if it's not stored correctly? Things like that. So, for my particular case, I do have several 5-gallon gas cans with gasoline in it stored. They're just your normal plastic 5-gallon gas cans, nothing fancy at all. But I do put this in each one. Stable 360 Marine, and it is designed for ethanol fuel. Ethanol treatment and stabilizer. Now, ideally you would store ethanol-free gas, but not everybody has that available from where you're at. But even if you have ethanol-free gas, you still need to put stable in it. It helps to stabilize everything and keeps gas fresher longer. Now, I have ran tests with the 5-gallon gas cans that I have stored. I've done this a couple of times, and after one entire year of having this gas stored, ethanol E10 gasoline stored with this stable ethanol treatment in it, I ran it through a car. Now I have a little box called a scan gauge too, and I can monitor ignition timing and multiple other parameters for the car. And I don't see any difference at all on more than just one vehicle with fuel that's been stored for a year. Now, cars are going to be a lot more picky on fuel than, say, a generator, a lawnmower, things like that. So that's the best way to store it, with the stable in it. Now, how long can it be stored for with this treatment? I don't know exactly. I've heard people say 18 months. Something tells me it's probably a lot longer than that. And here's the reason why I say that. Many years ago, I had a neighbor that had a mid-90s Chevy pickup truck, and it broke down. The fuel pump went out in it. And this truck had been sitting for 3 years with 3/4 of a tank of gas in it. And she wanted me to get it up and running for her. So I went over, replaced the fuel pump, and got it back up and running with that old 3-year-old gas. Now, it stunk. That gas did not smell like normal gas. And the truck did not run very good, but it did run. It would probably spit and sputter like crazy if you were to try to drive it. So the question was, by the commenter on the live stream last night, I've got some gas stored, but I don't know if there's anything put in it. How long is that gas going to be good for? Without any kind of treatment in it, as long as the gas can is sealed tight and not out in the open, I'd probably say if it's been 6 months to a year, you're probably okay. But you want to go ahead and use some of that. If you're unsure about it, what you can do, if it's a 5-gallon gas can, if you've got a vehicle that has say a 10 to a 15-gallon tank, run it down to half a tank, top it off with just one 5-gallon gas can. Run that through. If you're unsure about it, then just put about half of that in there and go to the gas station and fill up the rest with good fresh gas. And just keep doing that until you run it through, and then you can top it off with fresh gas along with the stable. Now, I'm not paid by Stable, nothing like that. I mean, this is a tiny YouTube channel, but this stuff works, plain and simple. And I've used this stuff for many years. I like it. So anyway, I would not hesitate as long as the gas can is sealed. If it is not sealed, if the cap is open, I would not trust that gas. And the reason why is ethanol absorbs moisture out of the air. So you're going to end up with a lot of water in that gas. Not to mention that, but the stuff that's in the gasoline that really makes it flammable, the good stuff, will evaporate. So the gas can has to be sealed. If it's not sealed, if it is open, you just need to get rid of that gas. Now, how do you get rid of it? That's a really good question. That's a really good question. And I do not have the answer for you on that. Maybe somebody in the comments can comment on that. But for the most part, sorry, I'm starting to shake there. Parkinson's. If the gas can is airtight, has a cap on it, and it's been stored not out in the middle of a field, you know, if it's been stored kind of out of the sun, you should not have a problem at all. And if you are concerned about it, run it through a lawnmower. My gas, I do live in an RV, and my gas is right under here, right beside my generator. I've got it all under there, and it's all locked up. Sorry for the shaking. It's about time for me to go to lunch and take some medicine. Anyway, y'all have a good one. If y'all got any questions on it, just post below, and I'll be more than happy to answer them for you. Have a good one. God bless y'all, and we'll see you next time.